The shrill sound cuts through the silence of the kitchen, bouncing off marble counters and empty wine glasses. His name flashes on the screen, Daniel. Then another call, private number. Then another, Marcus, his boss. I watch the device tremble on the countertop like a small, dying animal. He must have found out by now. That's the thing about men like him. They don't understand silence until it starts costing them something. He thought my absence would prove my weakness, that I'd come crawling back once the bills started piling and the world got too quiet. He forgot who actually kept his world intact. I sip the last of my coffee. It's cold, bitter, like everything he mistook for love. Somewhere, across town, his empire is trembling. And all I had to do was drop my keys on the counter and walk away. It started 2 months ago. One conversation that slipped through his teeth like a casual threat. "You wouldn't last a week without me," he said. He smiled when he said it, as though the words were just a joke. But I saw the way his eyes lingered, waiting for me to react. He liked seeing fear flicker across my face. I didn't give him that. Instead, I laughed, told him I didn't plan on finding out. Then I kissed his cheek, like every obedient wife does. But something inside me shifted that night. That same week, his assistant accidentally copied me on an email. Financial reports, strange transfers, shell accounts, things that shouldn't exist. I told myself it was business, not betrayal. I wanted to believe that, until I saw the message at the bottom of the chain. Wire the funds to her new account. He'll never notice. Her name was familiar, his secretary, the one who always looked away too quickly when I entered the room. I didn't confront him. I smiled. I set the table. I played the role. But I started paying attention. When you live with someone long enough, you learn the rhythm of their lies. Daniel's pattern was precision. He lied in small doses, harmless omissions, polished just enough to blend with truth. The first cracks appeared in his schedule, late meetings that ended earlier than he claimed, new cologne, sudden withdrawals. I started collecting everything: receipts, emails, deleted voicemails, a copy of the company's ownership records. He thought I was rearranging the library when I was memorizing account numbers. He thought I was working on my art when I was cataloging proof. I never raised my voice, never hinted I knew, because control is quieter than anger. At night, I'd lie beside him, his breath slow and even, and imagine what it would feel like when he realized everything was gone. There's a calm that comes before destruction, the kind that feels almost holy. When I finally left, I didn't take much. Just my passport, my laptop, and one small folder of signed authorizations. The ones he made me sign years ago when he wanted to simplify finances. He forgot that simplicity works both ways. The truth arrived 3 days later, wrapped in a thick envelope from his company's legal department. A quarterly report, unreviewed, containing every transaction from the last fiscal year. I read it once, then again. Half the assets were in my name. Every account he'd opened offshore tied to the trust he made for tax reasons. He'd used my signature to secure everything. My name was the backbone of his empire. His boss didn't know. His father didn't know. No one did. When I realized that, I didn't feel betrayed. I felt amused. He'd built his fortune on my silence, and now I'd turned it into my weapon. That evening, I sent one email to his boss, to the board, to the bank. A polite, carefully worded notice of ownership review. No accusations, just the truth. Then I turned off my phone. The next morning, their calls began. When Daniel finally reached me, his voice cracked through the speaker. "Where are you?" he demanded. I almost smiled. "Out." "Do you have any idea what you've done?" I said. "Only what you started," I said. He hesitated. I could hear the chaos behind him, phones ringing, voices shouting, the empire unraveling. "I can fix this," he said, desperate now. "Just come home." Home? The word felt foreign. "You said I wouldn't last a week without you," I whispered. "But it looks like you can't last a day without me." He called my name, but I'd already hung up. I didn't block him. I wanted him to hear the silence, to wonder where I was, what I'd taken, what he'd lost. By evening, the bank had frozen all assets pending investigation. His father issued a statement distancing the family from him. His boss left a message begging to speak to me personally. I didn't answer. Sometimes revenge isn't destruction, it's absence. Into the city. The walls are thin, the furniture cheap, the air heavy with new paint. It feels temporary. I like that. People think freedom feels like flight. It doesn't. It feels like stillness, like sitting in silence and realizing no one owns your breath anymore.